Stanley Gill, the great flying trapeze act, the great horse rider in the rodeo days back in Australia. Tell me about the time that you were at the Boston Garden and there was no flying return act on Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
Well, we were in one end and the Guyonas were in the other end. And they had a collision and their catcher and flyer was out. Then my catcher and flyer had a collision. So that meant my flyer and Mary is out too. So there's only me as a player. So then,
in the entire circus, you were the only one who really could do it at this point.
Yes, could do anything. So the boss come along and said, well, all right, you can go up and your catcher will catch you. And I said, who's coming up with me? And he said, Antoinette Concello. She was pretty elderly at that time, right? I'm not sure how she was. So she come up on the board with me. And we thought, well, I'll do the first. I did a warm-up swing. So I come back from a warm-up swing and I said, all right, what do you want to do? And she said, well, you could do a somersault. I said, okay, I haven't done a somersault in a while, but we'll try it. I did it, did a somersault, pirouette back. Okay, happy. Good trick. All right, what are you going to do now?
And this is during a performance?
Yes, in the Boston Garden. Big crowd. And she said, all right, what are you going to do next? I said, all right, let's do a 1.5. So I did a 1.5. I'm trying to get these little tricks because I'm not good at big tricks. So I did the 1.5, come back, and I said, are you going to do something? She said, no, I'm not doing, I'm too old. You go ahead. I said, what do I do now? She said, do a double. All right, so I did a double. Come back from the double, and I said to her, I said, what are we going to do now? She said, well, do your 2.5. Now I'm getting a little tired because she does this 3 tricks in a row, and I'm not used to that. And I haven't done some of them in a while. So I go out, I miss it, go crash into the net. So I climb back up on the board, and she said, well, do it again. So I said, okay, now that's 4 tricks I've tried. So I did it again, missed it again in the net. I'm thinking to myself, boy, how am I going to get out of this? I climb back up, and she said, oh, you do it again and I'll call the break. I said, okay. So I go for it, she called the break, bang, caught it really nice, did a pirouette back, took the bow, she said, all right, let's get out of here. Dropped it in the net and got out of it. That was the end of the act. And this is in the Boston Garden.
Probably at about the mid-1960s.
Yes.
Thank you, Stanley Gill. You've had a tremendous career in circus and rodeo in both Australia and the United States. Thank you for sharing that story.
One thing, I'm the only performer to work on the greatest show on earth in the northern continent and the greatest show on earth in the southern continent.
Worth Brothers Circus.
Yes.